Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing fantastically well. It's Connor here. We are back with the Rumour Mill. Let's get straight into it. But before that, everyone, there is a Generation Leeds live on the Patreon. The link is in the description below. If you follow us on Instagram, the link is in the bio as well. But it's easier to just get it down below there. It's just the Patreon is where we generate a little bit of content for you guys who support the channel. Really, really appreciate it. Just want to shout out some Patreon members who've joined just recently. We've got Ashton Batchelor, we've got Mr. James Hockless, and Devon Barley. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate your support. And without any further ado, let's get into the thick of it. So, Leeds United will allegedly not be losing Robin Koch for nothing as he closes in on a move to Eintracht Frankfurt. Yes, that is according to Phil Hay, who was speaking on his Athletic podcast, and apparently the 26-year-old is set to undergo a medical in the next coming days after turning down moves to Bayer Leverkusen and Napoli, with Manchester United interested as well. Koch is out of contract at Ellen Road, and he will leave. His time at Leeds will come to an end, and he'll be leave to free at the end of next season for nothing really, but be free to leave, which is like painful. However, apparently in the loan fee there is going to be something, which means that Leeds United at least get some money for him. But once again, it's just another one of those deals that Leeds have set up, which just seem to just hit us in the face in terms of productivity and the right deal that we got done. It was just another absolute shocker, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. Okay, so next bit of news. Daniel Farke is in talks with Archie Gray at Leeds United training session. This is something I picked up on and something I wanted to discuss, to be honest. So there was heavy conversations, it looked like, on the training video, on when Leeds United was selectively picking out the imagery they were going to use on social media with Daniel Farke and Archie Gray. And I, for one, am really excited to see Archie Gray next season. I think he's evidently such a talented boy. Him and Darko JB are hopefully going to light it up, interspersed with a little bit of experience and championship zest. That will be absolutely lovely. And I'm a massive fan of Archie Gray. I think earlier on in the season when he'd take to the field, even in the pre-season friendlies, he looked like one of the better players on the pitch. He really did, especially early on. I think Marek Rodak, Archie Gray, and obviously Louis Sinistera looked very, very sharp. So yeah, I was really impressed with Archie, and if he's physically able to just bulk up a little bit, and I don't know, it's difficult for him because he's such a young lad, but if he's able to just gain a little bit of athleticism, you've seen so many players do it. Scott obviously was at Bristol City, only a young lad, playing in the same team as Darko JB for England. I think a lot of these younger players can make a massive impact in the Championship next season, as we've seen with Scott from last season. So yeah, real beneficiary there. And we all know with Daniel Farke, with Jamal Lewis, with Max Aarons, with Todd Cantwell, with Ben Godfrey, that he gives youth a chance. He will give youth a chance. So that's great for players like Joe Gelhardt, Archie Gray, Darko JB, etc., Cody Drame, who was spotted in training there yesterday as well. Interesting how Jack Harrison wasn't spotted there either. There's been no reports really of an injury. There's not been anything in his contract to say why he wouldn't be at Ellen Road, and you do wonder if there's something going on maybe in the background there. Robles is still yet to accept Leeds United's invitation of returning for pre-season. Obviously, we know that Adam Forshaw and Robles were offered to come back to Leeds United to essentially prove themselves. I thought it was a little bit harsh on Robles, especially if Mele was to go out and Robles could have remained as number 2 or even number 1. And another goalkeeper could have come in. Let's be honest, everyone. If we're looking at a Daniel Farke side, Tim Krul, who I think was at the time around about 34, 35, signed from Newcastle and was brilliant for Norwich. Really, really good. He could have been a little bit younger, but 33, definitely, around about that point. And he was excellent for Norwich. So 32 isn't over the hill. We're after a 32-year-old, apparently, in Carl Darlow. So Robles, been 32 years of age, having bags of La Liga and Premier League experience. I think it's a little bit of a miss for Leeds United not to get him back in. But, maybe the club are looking at an experienced goalkeeper, aka Carl Darlow, and maybe a sub-goalkeeper who's going to be coming in and maybe learning a little bit, because I do think Ilan Mele is going to leave and Leeds are going to have to go out there and replace him. Listen, if you give me my preference, it's Sam Johnston every day of the week. Every day of the week it is Sam Johnston, and we're going to move on to a goalkeeper as well right now. The Athletic claim Fulham goalkeeper Marek Rodak is considering his options this summer amid reports Leeds are considering a move from the Slovakian stopper. Rodak's only 26 years of age. He's endured a tricky spell since moving to the Craven Cottage in 2019. 2 promotions for the second tier, but a relegation too is crucial in his first season, keeping 15 clean sheets in 39. I think what I've always liked about Rodak is his attitude. He's got a bit of an ego and a cockiness about him, which I do like. He's a very confident boy, and that mirrors Tim Krul a little bit for Daniel Farke's previous Norwich side, who was, give the antics in goal. He'd be giving it to the Leeds fans, wouldn't he? He'd be doing that across the Championship as well to a lot of the big clubs. That's what I like. I like a bit of attitude. Once again, a little bit of zest in there. Someone who's a leader, and he's experienced a lot, Marek Rodak. He's only 26 years of age. I thought he was a lot older than that. So that would be a really good acquisition for me. I think he's still a goalkeeper, and a top goalkeeper in the Championship, standard. And that's what you got to be looking at right now. You got to be looking at the cream of the crop when it comes to the Championship. And I think someone like Marek Rodak would be a really, really, really nice addition. As someone who initially I didn't really think about, to be honest with you. So yeah, guys, let us know what you think in the comment section below. Really interested to hear your thoughts on Leeds United's progress and who's going to be coming in and who's going to be going out. But for me, there's a lot of players there who Leeds can make a lot of, can really almost utilise when it comes to youth. I think the experienced lads, I've mentioned this on videos before, I'd be a little bit more wary of. To be honest with you, I think I'd be a little bit more wary of in terms of using them all the time. But yeah, I think intertwined, I should say, with youth. I think I'm happy with that one. Another little bit of news as well, and this obviously regards Weston McKinney. That it's Weston McKinney, and he was a part of the Leeds United setup. So here we go. Weston McKinney nearing Juventus exit after Leeds United failed switch. Well, apparently Weston McKinney is in talks over a summer switch to Dortmund, according to reports in Italy and America. It would be a very Dortmund-esque signing. I don't, for one, think that he's a poor player. I think he needs to be in the right setting, though, and I think that's the thing with Weston McKinney. I think you need to be in the right setting for him. I think he needs to be winning. I think he needs to be in an environment where he's comfortable. I was never 100% sure that when the going got tough, the tough got going. And that was applied to a lot of Leeds players, I should say. But Weston McKinney, I don't know. I think to see one glimmer of a good game for me, a real proper good game from him in 18 just wasn't good enough, to be honest. I think we saw more good games from other players in that ratio of time. But yeah, nearing it here. So he's Juventus, Leeds United, Dortmund, but Dortmund, wow, what a signing, what a move that would be for Weston McKinney. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it from me today. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But as I say, sign up to the Patreon for some bonus content. If you like some longer form content, we do that on the Patreon as well. We're going to start putting bonus stuff on there from this season that didn't maybe make the debrief cut, and all this sort of good stuff as well, and the Generation Leads and all this sort of additional stuff that you guys can get from it. So have a good one, everyone. I'll see you in a bit.